tutorials. In the last session, we were discussed about how to install the Visual Studio Code and how to create a new files and how we can save with that into a different programming languages and how we are getting the IntelliSense inside that. Now, in this session, today we'll discuss about these options, how we can work with Explorer and how to search keywords from the program, and also we have the source control and we have debug and run and we have the extensions options. First, we'll go with this Explorer. When we hit this Explorer, it will show all the files which resides inside the folder which we opened. And if you want to create any kind of files here, we have a new file option which we discussed in the last session. From the file here also we have new file, but when you create this new file and it just creates a new file here, it shows up here. The same way you can click here, and when you hit this one, it automatically creates here, but this is already inside the folder which I select. When I come out of that folder, if I hit this one, now I'm giving a name to this as a code language, and if I give .js and this file, see when I type js and it automatically show icon before that and showing that this is a JavaScript file. When I click outside and I can able to see this here, when I try to type any type of code here, and we can get a JavaScript related IntelliSense. See when I type document and it's showing document related, and this IntelliSense is coming related to the JavaScript file. That's fine. So if you want to create a folder of inside this folder, yes, you can able to create this one. There is a new folder option, and when you hit this one, and I'm creating a folder name as HTML. Now the folder is created. If you want to create any file inside this HTML, yes, you can able to create like this, and I'm writing a test.html. Now see when I type HTML, I can see HTML tag symbol here. So now it is created. Now I'm just writing a information, something like I'm just typing HTML and then it have close tag, and I'm writing some h1 tag and just type HTML code. That's it. Now you can use shortcut as control yes, it automatically saves this file, and I want to open this file here. See the folder is created and the test file is appearing here. So that way you can create the folders directly, and you can directly create the files here inside Visual Studio Code that automatically stores in your local system. And that is about Explorer. If you want to see all the files from the folder, if you want to create the folder, if you want to create a file inside that, you can. So if you added something inside your folder, for example, I'm going to open this folder. I'm trying to create a new file here, new. I'll create some folder, and then this is for VS Code, and type this one inside this. I'm trying to create a new text document, type some text. This is a text document. I'm closing this one or minimize it. So now we have HTML and we have table, but we don't have the folder which we created just now. To see that folder, we have this option, refresh Explorer. When we refresh this Explorer, I'm expecting that folder should be here. What folder we created? We created VS Code under HTML and expand it, and we have that type sum.txt file is available. So even you can use this is an editor that everybody knows about it. You can type something in this text file that automatically stores inside that text file. So that way you can use this one as a notepad as well, notepad or text file, whatever it is, you can utilize it. So that is about that. I'm coming back to my HTML file which I have written. So there is a search option. If you have hundreds of lines of code inside that, you want to find out something, so we users basically control F in all the places to search, and here also we have an option to search and then use that. Now I'm trying to search for code. When I type code, I'll get all the results here, and you can see that results also with a different color that based on your theme. So for this I'm getting a kind of red color here, and it is in 4 places. So that is no, it's in 6 places actually. So you can see 6 results in 2 files. Of course the other result in some other file, but you want to see inside the code.html. Yes, you can have here. There is another file called text.html. Inside that file also we have that code option, so that's why it is appearing here. That is about that. And after that you have a replace option. This replace option you can get it here. Instead of code, I want to just change it to HTML instead of code. That when I press enter, okay, and it just checking and it is showing here, it is replacing in these places, it is showing that. For example, if I press this one and I can able to see, and this is a code.html and this is a replace preview. So if currently we have like this, once you replace it and you can see this one, what are the places it is appearing. So the even we have that comparison also when you are when you replace something with that keyword. So that is also available. After this, here we have a replace all option. If I hit this one and then replace six occurrences across the 2 files, yes, yes, if I hit yes, it will replace. And you can see we don't have code, we have only HTML. That is the advantage with that. The same option is also available when you go to the edit menu. There is a find and replace option. So when you hit find, and you can see that, for example, I'm typing it is HTML, and I can able to find I have almost 7 results. And also when I go here, we have a replace option. Now when I hit replace, I can see the find and I can see replace. So we changed that from code to that. And here we have 2 options, replace, and you can enter, you can replace once, and this is replace all. If I enter once, now only one will be replaced. If I enter again, the second one is replaced, third one is replaced, fourth one is replaced, fifth one, and sixth one. I don't want to replace in other place, and I can simply quit this one. The same also it is available from the search and replace. And the next one is, this is source control. When you are working with any of the source controls, like you have a Git repository, you have an Azure repository, or any other repository, if you are working, and if you want to work with that repository, then you can initialize the repository. Currently I don't have any repository with me, so that's why I'm not explaining this. So if you have any repository, yes, you can connect with the repository, and when you are doing the changes, and you can use git pull and push commandlets, then you can work with that repository as well. The very next important thing is we have a run and debug option. Now I am writing an HTML code, and we know that HTML code results we can see in the browser. To see that results, and you can hit this one, run and debug. So when you hit this one, and it shows option, and it's showing Chrome and Edge automatically. If you want to install any extension for HTML, you can install that. And as of now I want to use Edge only, so just hit Edge. So it automatically opens, it shows our HTML code results here. So this way, even when you are working with the different programming languages, it might be a console or it might be any of the application, and you can see that when you try to debug. So before trying to debug, and you must and should have that extension in place in your VS Code. If it is there, then it is easy to work. So the same options when you are debugging, and you will see here. And if you want to pass, yes, you can. And if you have any breakpoints, of course these breakpoints related stuff we'll discuss. And this is a step over, and we have a step into, and next we have step out. And then if you want to restart that, you can restart. And the final one is stop option is available. So these options are available in the debugger. I'm just tapping this one as of now. And next, and we have extensions option. When we hit this extensions, we have Python related, C++, we have Jupyter, we have other also. And we'll see any extension for Firefox. So there is a couple of there we have debugger, web application, or a browse, and we have this one earlier. We just saw that Chrome, and we have that Edge option. So I'm trying to install this. So we'll see if this helps in the HTML code. Okay, I think it's completed. This extension is enabled globally. So we'll see. We'll come back and then try to run and debug. See, I think we need to restart that. Um, so we'll see. This one is we have Firefox. We already have, but I think it's still installing. It's not completed. I think we'll see. Is that completed? I hope it is completed. So I'll try to debug. No, still it is not showing, and we'll try to type Firefox. I think we need to restart this Visual Studio Code and then only it works. What I'll do is in the next session I'll try to add this Firefox and then I'll show you. So this is already installed, I hope. So if it is already installed, that's fine. It should have to show. If it is not showing, then we have to restart this and then we need to check that. So that is about this total 5 options: working with Explorer, working with Search, working with source control, and this is source control, and this is about run and debug. We tested in the Edge. In the next session we'll test with the Firefox as well, and then this is about the extensions. If you know any of the extension, if you want to install that, just search for it. For example, like if we have the PowerShell, and when we type the PowerShell, it shows all the extensions related to PowerShell. If you want to install any C# related plugins, I think, yeah, it's showing now. C# related plugins also, we have all the plugins you can install and you can utilize whenever it requires inside your VS Code. So that's it for this session. Thanks for watching.